You are Locked On Syracuse, your daily podcast on the Syracuse Orange. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
We have another Syracuse basketball 2025 recruiting update. Let's get right to it. That's right, consensus 4-star and top 100 prospect in the entire country, Ryder Frost, is making his college decision on September 27th. So that is just 2 days from now. That is this Friday, and it's going to be on the 24/7 Sports YouTube channel, and it's going to be a live decision as well. Frost is 6'6". He is a forward that's over 200 pounds from Massachusetts, and Syracuse is one of the 6 finalists for Ryder Frost. The other 5 schools involved are Michigan, Wisconsin, Notre Dame, Iowa, and Virginia Tech. So once again, Syracuse is in the running for a prospect in Ryder Frost, a 4-star from Massachusetts. As far as interest level with Syracuse, what we do know is that Frost officially visited Syracuse in late June, and he's also taken official visits with the other 5 schools on his list. Okay, so in all technicality, can't rule any of them out. However, that being said, regarding Ryder Frost, there is analyst buzz out there for one particular school on that list. Unfortunately, that school is not Syracuse, okay? It is not Syracuse, I repeat, but that doesn't mean that they can't land him. Just the analyst buzz is not necessarily there. On 24/7 Sports, he is crystal ball to go to Notre Dame. That is right. So Notre Dame is projected to land Ryder Frost. Of course, you never truly know in recruiting, but with this particular situation regarding Ryder Frost, I would not get your hopes up too much. Okay, Syracuse is not considered the favorite to land him. If they do, great. If they don't, well, they weren't really the front runner for him regardless. As far as other prospects, because I know that might be kind of sucky news to hear with Ryder Frost, and they're probably not going to land him. He's a top 100 prospect. We could use more top 100 prospects, right? You can never have enough of them. Remember, Syracuse basketball in 2025, they already have a recruit in the boat. That is 5-star power forward Sadiq White, who last April, when I had on 24/7 High School Hoops on the podcast, he said that Sadiq White might be the best defender in the entire class. And he is only getting better. He recently rose into the top 15 list on ESPN. He's only getting better. He's at IMG Academy right now. I'm sure he's going to thrive for his senior season. And I can't wait for him to get to Syracuse. I know he also recently had his official visit to Syracuse, which is good for Sadiq White. So that's good for starters. You already got one in the boat. Number 2, the Orange's top priority right now in this recruiting cycle is Kiyan Anthony, a consensus top 40 prospect in the nation. Now, we all know the name brand, right? He is the son of Carmelo Anthony, who led Syracuse to its only national title in 2003. Kiyan Anthony himself, he is visiting other schools, and he has been very transparent with his recruitment. He said in plenty of interviews, he's going to take visits to other schools. That includes Syracuse, right? He's not going to be pressured by his father to go to Syracuse, and all indications seem to be that his father, Carmelo Anthony, is not pressuring him to go to Syracuse, and that his commitment is not going to happen until October or November. So in about a week, we could start thinking about when Kiyan Anthony will make his decision. But for now, in late September, no decision is happening yet regarding Kiyan Anthony. He has said that on countless interviews. He has been fully transparent with his recruitment. So I wouldn't panic that he is going to visit other schools. And in large part, I'm not panicking because On3's Joe Tipton, one of the best recruiting analysts out there, has maintained the fact that Syracuse is the strong favorite to land Kiyan Anthony. Okay? So I wouldn't panic about maybe missing out on Ryder Frost. And obviously Derek Dixon, I think, is coming up soon with his decision, and they're probably not going to land him either. I wouldn't panic too much because they are the clear front runner for Kiyan Anthony, and they already have Sadiq White. Now, the other player to really keep an eye on with Syracuse basketball recruiting is 4-star guard Tyler Jackson, whose recruitment is kind of quiet at the moment right now. Jackson and Kiyan Anthony both know each other incredibly well. And if you recall over this summer, there was an interview that he mentioned that, hey, them two had been talking about potentially playing together at Syracuse. Okay. So that's the one to really keep an eye on, as well as Kiyan Anthony, is Tyler Jackson. I think overall, we dreamed and we hoped that this would be a big Syracuse basketball recruiting class. Like they can land maybe 5-6 players. I don't think that's going to be the case anymore, but it could still be successful. Okay, this isn't me just being positive Polly and being fully optimistic about Syracuse. I'm keeping it real with you. If you land Sadiq White, a 5-star, you get Kiyan Anthony, a consensus top 40 prospect. You get Tyler Jackson, a consensus top 100 prospect and 4-star overall as well. I would consider that to be successful. I would consider that to be one of the better recruiting classes in the country. Dare I say it would be a top 10 class in the nation? At minimum, it would be top 15. That's really strong for Syracuse. Okay, so overall, I am not really... Is it a bummer that they're probably not going to land Ryder Frost? Yes. But is it super discouraging? Isn't it an indictment on the Syracuse basketball program? No. I wouldn't overreact to it. Let's maintain our top priority on Kiyan Anthony. Let's focus on getting him in the boat and then trying to get one more. Maybe it'll be Tyler Jackson. Maybe it'll be Sean Abayev. That's going to be a tough recruitment for him. But hey, Syracuse is firmly in the mix. So we'll see what happens regarding that as well. So that is a quick Syracuse basketball 2025 recruiting update. If you have any questions regarding Syracuse basketball recruiting, leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will try to get an answer for you. Okay? Pretty similar to when I did a recruiting update, I think it was a couple weeks ago. If you have a question, leave it in the comment section below. I will be happy to answer it, assuming I know the answer.